hit 40, you can really pat yourself on the back because you have a healthy company. Hi, my name's Devin. Today I own several multi-million-dollar companies. We started with $5,000 in a credit card. I don't know the easy way. I only know the hard way. Hey everyone, welcome to the Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast, where I give straightforward advice to fuel the entrepreneur in all of us. I'm Devin Dickinson, and today I want to explain the rule of 40s. And so a lot of you guys have heard this terminology before. The rule of 40s is commonly coined and used in the SaaS industry, software as a service, SaaS. The SaaS industry loves to see companies that meet the rule of 40s. But I'm going to tell you, I think this really applies to you, whether you're a SaaS company or any type of growth company. And the reason I think this is important is because we all struggle with the idea of growth versus profitability, profitability. And people are always like, geez, I wish there was some type of a formula that could tell me if I'm succeeding or not, because sometimes my growth excels, but my profitability goes down. Or I take more profit, but I notice that my growth starts to decelerate. And what's the balance? How do you calculate that? Well, that's, all these really smart people and these really smart investors came up with the rule of 40. And what it means is basically you take whatever your percentage growth is plus your percentage profit, add those together. And as long as it equals over 40, you're doing good. You meet the rule of 40s. And so I like to think about this, and I apply this to my various companies. And we say, well, there's going to be different years, right? Some years you're kind of growing really fast, right? So maybe that year you're investing more in sales and marketing and research and development so that you grow your top line. And let's say you have 30% growth, and that's awesome, right? But you only have 10% bottom line. And you're like going, golly, I don't feel like that's that good. Well, again, you had 30% growth, 10% bottom line, rule of 40s. That's a very good, healthy, growing company. Now, it doesn't mean that's what you always want to do. It doesn't mean you want to go 30-10. It doesn't mean you want to go 20-20. It doesn't mean you want to go 40-0, right? You have to make the decision that's right for you and your company. But it's kind of a wet finger in the air analysis of whether you're being successful with your growth and your bottom line. Now, me personally, when I make my goals every year, we're normally shooting for, with most of my companies around, 20 to 25% top line growth. And then I like to have somewhere between 20 and 25% bottom line profit. So if you shoot for 25, that would be 50. If you fall a little short, you're still meeting the rule of 40s, right? And you're still feeling good. I personally don't like to have one side too lopsided. I don't like to have, 35% bottom line, 5% growth, because I want my companies to always be growing. But I'm opposite a lot of people where there's a lot of investors and a lot of companies that literally are just looking to grow that top line and are not so worried about the bottom line. So they're very happy to take, 40% and zero, or sometimes 50% in negative, right? And they say, well, gosh, I'll take 50% growth and lose 10% every year and still meet the rule of 40s. And, we're a high growth company. And that may work sometimes when you have outside investment or you're startups and you're funded in various different ways. But for most companies that are family owned, family run, don't have outside investment, I think if you shoot for that about 20 and 20, you're going to be really happy with the long term. I mean, heck, if you grow 10% year over year for the next, 30, 40 years of your life, they'll write a book about you, right? So if you go 20% top line as a goal, 20% bottom line, you're going to be feeling really good about your company when you hit those numbers. Like I said, you got some wiggle room either way, but if you add those together and you hit 40, you can really pat yourself on the back because you have a healthy company. So listen, if you take this advice, you apply this, go and look at your numbers. If you start looking at that and start making your goals, like I said, 20-20 or whatever that is, but at 40 or better every year, you're going to be really happy you did. I'm Devin. This is Whiteboard Entrepreneur, and I know this will help.